Beneath the quiet hills of Kunsu near Kintampo in Ghana's Bono East region lies a haunting reminder of a painful past. Ancient caves once used to imprison enslaved Africans before their forced journey to the coast of Ghana. Today, that very site is being reborn. The Kunsu slave caves, once resonant with sorrow, are now being transformed into a place of healing, prayer, and reflection. At the height of the brutal transatlantic slave trade, Kunsu served as a strategic market and a holding depot for enslaved Africans. Its location in Ghana's transitional belt made it a key point for slave masters operating in the region. Just 14 kilometers from Kintampo, Kunsu became a hub of human suffering and forced movement. Centuries after the trade ended, however, the community still struggles to preserve the vital historical footprints left behind. Neglect and time have threatened the memory of this place until now. A huge baobab tree once stood at the heart of the Kunsu slave market. According to oral history, enslaved captives were chained to this tree during negotiations. But Kunsu faces a persistent threat, bushfires. A visit to the site in the year 2020 revealed that fire has ravaged the iconic slave baobab tree, reducing it to a charred stump, one of the few physical remnants of the painful past. Community leaders at Kunsu have since relocated the remaining shackles to the chief's palace for preservation. For years, the slave caves, with a circumference of about 2 kilometers, were deserted and constantly under the mercy of bushfires. Bee swarms also filled the caves. It is against this backdrop that authorities at Kunsu resolved to entrust the site, christened Bougyema Slave Caves, to a private individual for their transformation into a prayer sanctuary and ecotourism center. Joseph Asiedu is an opinion leader in the community.
The ma sofo ebe mu ene se na akoba bibi se nipa bebre ba ha eba nsrahwe na akoba bibi se mire bi ombeba bia na ahafu aban ne aban ebakọ omo etutu anamo eba behwe se de adane sitie enom ne ade omo pemmoa se ye benya moa bi ede aboa ama aha no atimi develop ba akoba bibi se bibia nu a etimi ebem Sofu nyame eya adom nyame nchade ama sofu okule asamoa eba ha wone nananum eba be kasai nananum kire ne sese wo pe ba bi abompa ya omra mehwa sofu no so baa no hunu se ampa bia waba no eye bia wutimi bompa ye wo ho ema ne yiye ema nyame animonyam ese wo ho enam ne sa enti sofu fato no ho se ono so behwe kwan a obefa so a obesiesie aha kakra ama wonum a omo ba ha se ye nsrahwe se ye mpaebo ade bia obetimi aba ha ebeyeye a ebehye nyame animonyam bia no obetimi aye ma ode koto nananum anim ama nananum gitu mu se dia opese obetimi ayo ede aboa ma Bougyema atimi afa no ntoma pa afre bia no omfa no ntoma pa mfra ampa ye ba ha enede ye hunu se sofo wa ya ade bebre wone ne manfo no aya ade one ne nasorfo no aya ade bebre nanso so enya ade a ba bi epese ye yeduru no ye yeduru ene na asofo ene nananom ekire se obi bia owo emmoa ba kwa na mienu se aban se ankrankra se asore obi bia obetimi aboa ama saa Bougyema yatimi afa na ntoma pa afre bia no se oba behu empanimfo a kwan bia ese na fata no ebetimi ama saa moa no etimi ayadwuma.
Developers are currently giving the Kunsu site a facelift, building shelters and clearing open spaces for church services and prayer gatherings. Leading the transformation is one Prophet Okuri Asamoah of Priest Chapel in Kintampo. In an interview, he shared his bold vision to turn the historic site into a spiritual sanctuary and ecotourism destination. He also called on like-minded organizations, including churches, to join forces in transforming the site into a fitting prayer sanctuary and ecotourism center.
Nyame da ha di kyerɛ sɛ ha bitumi ayɛ wiase nyinaa mpaebɔbea ɛne abakwasɛm etie de ha bitumi ayɛ historic tourism ɛna ha so bɛyɛ mpaebɔbea wiase nyinaa bitumi aba ha bɛbɔ mpae ahemfo president foɔ atitifoɔ de mani so ade hu deɛ ɛso na yi baabi a mɛyɛ helicopter bɛba bisi bi a na mampani pɛ sɛ ɔba ha bɛtwɛ awurade anim bɛyi baabi ahemfo dwumadi biara nipa a ɛwɔ asase so pɛ sɛ odi biara ɔhu ne sɛ ɔpɛ nyame ata akyire deɛ nyame ɛpagya ha ɛwɔ saa akwanya no so nti me deɛ yɛama me kwan na meda no but ɛyɛ yɛ nyinaa dea nti sɛ asafo bi ekuo bi enwuma bi hu deɛ ha tie ɛne anisɔde hu no bɛmu sɛ ahe me nso me de wei bɛhyɛ ha a bibidi dwuma sɛ a ɛbɛtumi ama no akɔ so a ɛkwan da hɔ ɛno ansɛ yɛbaa ne yɛhyia yɛama mpanifoɔ ɔmo ma akwan no aso ate ne yɛde nneɛma agu akwan mu.
Joseph Asiedu, Bono East Regional Manager of the Ghana Tourism Authority, welcomed the development of the Kunsu site.
Kunsu slave site is one of the tourism potentials in the Bono East region. It has a powerful historic information there, and I wish GTA would have gone into it and developed the site. However, if private sector is coming on board, I don't think I'll raise any objection to that, because we're receiving something that we call PPP, private-public partnership. So if somebody is coming on board to develop the place as a religious center, tourist site, I don't have any problem with that. What I will have issue is whereby their activity will frown on tourism activity, or because of maybe the religious activity, we cannot use the place as a historic site. But once they have a common vision to develop it as a tourist site and a religious background, I think they are compatible. So I can support in that direction. The community, once they have had partners who help them to do something standard, then I'll give them my support.
As Kunsu rises from the shadows of its painful past, the transformation of its slave caves into a sanctuary of hope symbolizes a powerful rebirth. What was once a place of captivity and sorrow is now becoming a space for healing, worship and reflection. Through community action and spiritual leadership, the memory of those who suffered is being honored, not forgotten. The Kunsu Slave Caves stand today as a bridge between history and healing, where the scars of the past give way to a future shaped by resilience, reverence, and renewal.